Are all girls the same? The ultimate answer to that is no. The online community of on YouTube, Reddit, all over the internet, the manosphere, you have the red pill, you have the blue pill. And red pill is like, if you don't know, you're alpha, you can get as many girls as you want. You're high value. Beta is you can't get any girls, you're a loser. And those are the two buckets, right? But with those two pictures, the red pill and the blue pill, there's a lot of issues with it, right? And I think when I first got into the self improvement stuff in general, I think the red pill aspect used to be a little less toxic and more realistic, but now it's kind of grown to just be like, all right, you need to be a millionaire, you need to be able to get any girl you want. But the fact of the matter is, majority of people who are involved in red pill and watching those YouTubers, they're not going to become a millionaire. That's just the fact of the matter. You look at statistics, most people do not become a millionaire. And then on the aspect of getting any girl you want, even those guys that have millions of dollars and are high value can't get any girl they want. They might get a lot of girls because there might be a lot of girls who are, just involved in that scene of like, oh, I want to hang out with guys like that, but you can't get any girl you want. There's a ton of girls out there that don't love guys for their money, and they're not only in a relationship or want to talk to you because you have money. So you having all that money and that's your only attribute of you being high value, you're not going to attract those type of girls. Those types of girls will not want to mess around with you, right? And on the other side, being beta, being a loser, not being able to get girls, not being able to get girls. I mean, what does that even mean? I look at guys who are my age, and in my eyes, if you're a guy, you're 19, you're 20, and you haven't gotten with a girl or whatever, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's a whole social thing. Like the hookup culture thing is a whole social thing of, oh, you need to get with as many girls as possible, and that makes you like a cooler person. But you hooking up with someone tells everyone 0% about who you are, and it's essentially irrelevant. And you can't like I don't judge any guy who hasn't got one with a girl. It's like if you're focused on other things and you're doing your passion, you're doing the things that you love, it's like good for you. That's better than just mindlessly trying to get with people, because ultimately it's a waste of time. And I used to be involved in that. I used to be like, oh yeah, I'll get with all these girls, and it's not fulfilling. So you might think that, all right, one day if I have $1 million and I can get all these girls, I'll finally be happy. That's bullshit. And all the guys out there that have that amount of money, and tell you that they are 100% happy, they're lying. That's a cover up, because you can't. Being a human being, you crave connection. And if you have 100 girls that you can sleep with, but have no connection with, you are going to feel lonely. You might enjoy, performing the actions and hanging out with them for the first year, but after that, it's like, all right, well, what is the point of this, right? We need purpose in life. And, I think the meaning of high value is so skewed. And, there's not... like there's some things I agree with that they talk about in like the red pill community, like build your confidence, develop your social skills, like that type of stuff. 100% completely agree. But and then the conversation about, oh, all girls are the same, you have to watch out for them because they're all going to do this, and every girl is going to cheat on you if you do this or don't do this. And it's like where even are these coming from? The people who are talking about that, it's like maybe those guys who are talking about that had a few bad experiences, right? And there's certain biological aspects about men and women both, of like, all right, as a man you're likely to do this statistically, and as a woman you're likely to do this. But like so much of the stuff that is talked about, like your girl will 100% cheat on you if some other guy comes along that has more money than you. It's like, yeah, if you're dating that type of girl, then yeah, she probably will. But that's the important of being in a relationship with somebody who's not like that. You know what I mean? That there's just perception that all girls are the same. But when I first got into the red pill stuff, I used to believe that too. And then I had some real life experiences with a real life girl and a few girls, and I'm meeting these different people, and I'm like, huh. It seems as though they have different personality aspects, they have different desires, different beliefs about life, and oh wait, they're not all the same. And so I also think a lot of these guys who are, saying that all girls are the same don't even really have that many experiences with girls. And by experiences, I mean a conversation, getting to know somebody. That's what I mean, not hooking up with someone. Because it's BS. And all these guys that are, I'm sure a lot of these guys online that are like, oh, I've slept with 2,000 women. It's like, maybe, but they probably haven't. And even if they have, I mean, why does that make you higher value? Like, what is, someone explain to me how you're a better person because you slept with more people. It just doesn't make sense. Like, in terms of, society, it's like, all right, some attributes of maybe being higher value in terms of like a social standing is, making a little bit more money. But, it's like, you can't dictate your life based on, this just goes back to questioning everything. You can't listen to one guy on the internet and just take everything he says as truth. Like, everything you hear that comes out of my mouth, be like, oh, that makes sense, I think. Oh, I don't agree with Brad on that, or maybe I should do more research on that. Like, don't take everything I say, 100%. And, or anyone you meet. I think the ultimate thing to realize is just to become more conscious. Like, all right, maybe you study the red pill a little bit and you see the types of girls that you want to avoid. Don't believe that all the girls are like that, because they're not. But those types of girls that you see on there, and they're like, oh, they have this personality quality and they do this. Like, oh, I don't want to. I want to avoid that, right? And so, putting yourself in a place where you're more attractive to women, you can do that in a way that is like in the backbone, might be a little part of it, but ultimately it's for yourself. Like, if you want to get in the gym, if you want to make more money, like all this stuff, do it for you, and then like the girls aspect will be like a byproduct of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's, you're not doing it so that you can, become more attractive to girls ultimately. But of course, biologically speaking, you want to be more attractive to the opposite gender. So it's going to be in the back of your mind. If you want to build some muscle, you want to feel better, do that for you. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, you're the only one who's going to be in your life 24/7. Instead of listening to everyone else's experiences, go experiment on your own. Go meet new people, go on dates, and you'll see which girls you like, you'll see which ones you don't. And then that's all you got to do.